If we talk about building a million pound plan or $1 million plan, we have to know what to sell first. So you actually have to know what to sell, target revenue, price, how many units per year, and how many per week. One of the biggest things that you got to think about is you want to sell low ticket items to get customers, right? You don't always want to build a list, but you also want to get customers. So I put £1 million because I'm from the UK, but obviously a lot of you are from all around the world, so you might use dollars. If you want to sell something, the easiest thing that you can offer is a guide. Why is a guide important? Because it's the easiest way for people to find out what you do. So let's say you want to make $1 million or pounds. You just need 10 products that make 100,000 each. If you have 10 products and services that you sell to make 100,000 each, you'll be able to make a lot of money. So for a guide, we're gonna charge $27 or pounds. Everyone take your calculator, do this with me. 100,000 divide by 27 equals how much? 3,703. This is our target. So keep that figure there for just a moment. So if we want to make $100,000, we sell something for 27 bucks. Per year is 3,073. And then we take that figure and divide that by 52. So that means you need 71. Now this technique I'm sharing with you right now is what we call reverse engineering. Reverse engineering means you understand how much you need for the target, because now that we know that we need 71 per week, we can get even further. We can say we can divide that by 7 days. We need 10 a day. Why is this such an important metric to work out? What we're trying to do is figure out our conversion rate. If you need 71 per week, that's 10 per day. So then you ask yourself the question, how many people need to go to my website or go to my shop, call my office, or send me a message to buy one? Let's say 5 people have to go to your website or call you and you sell one. That means if you need 10 per day, you need 50 people to call you or 50 people to send you messages. And then you go, okay, what content can I put out there to be able to get those people to me? This is why it's so important to understand these figures. When people ask me, John, does this work for a construction company? Does this work for fashion? Does this work for MLM? It works for anything because businesses require customers. And to get customers, you have to attract them. And to attract them, we need to post things. And to post things, we need social media. That's how we find our audience. In fact, Instagram just launched a new feature called Trial Reel feature. What does that mean? That means you don't have to have any followers on social media. When you switch the feature on, it doesn't show to your followers at all. It shows to Instagram's followers, right? And there are billions of people on Instagram. Number 2, audio. So to create an audio, if the target is 100,000, we can sell some kind of audio program for 47. 100,000 divided by 47 equals 2,127. That's how many you have to sell in a year to do this. Divided by 52, because there's 52 weeks in a year, that's 41 a week. The whole point of having a lot of awareness on social media, you have 3 options. You sell your own products or services. You sell other people's products and services, as an affiliate, for example, or you sell sponsorship and distribution. That's actually where a lot of people are going right now. They're going with sponsorship and distribution. When we're creating an audiobook or an audio program is one really good way that you can monetize. For example, there's a really good piece of software called Anchor.fm. And do you know what people are doing now? People are actually doing a podcast where people are now sponsoring the creator to pay them like features. Have you heard of Spotify? Spotify is like, the music app. They own Anchor.fm. Why do they own Anchor.fm? Anchor.fm is an audio producing platform. A part of social media is not always showing your face. A part of social media is also your voice. Like imagine right now, this is exactly the same thing that I'm doing, but now you can't see my face. Like, imagine right now you can't see my face. Well, you can't see my face right now. Like, I know some of you have really good voices, so you don't actually have to show your face at all. This is why I do a lot of podcasts now, because you learn by seeing, visual. You learn by hearing, right? Why a podcast so powerful? Because it's easier to create a podcast than it is to create content. Let me say that again. It's easier to create a podcast than it is to create content. Content, I have to think about what to say. Podcast, I just answer a question. So when I'm filming the podcast and I'm doing it, I'm also recording the audio version of it as well. So now if you don't have a podcast studio, you can just go to a library and then, like, it's kind of like a little mic like this. Or like, kind of like, I got this little mic on, you can't see because I'm wearing black. I've got a little mic on like this, so you can probably hear me, right? The whole point of this is to create an audio podcast, because if you have 1,000 people that listen to your podcast, you just need to say at the end, hey, if you want to learn more, here's my email address. Here's my WhatsApp number. Here's my business address. Here's my blah, 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 right? So what you can do, you can actually start getting people and driving traffic. Remember, awareness times attention equals